Alright, so before you say anything, I know the show's already out, but still, I wanted this video out earlier, but I've just been way too busy to upload this or even make it until now. So I'm sorry that this video about the trailers is coming out the day the show comes out, but yeah, I just still wanted to upload this anyway, so thank you for listening if you choose to. So you might be thinking, the title says Daredevil Born Again, but why am I seeing Dark Souls gameplay in the background? Well, I don't have a face cam yet, so this is going to be the background for now, so sorry about that. But anyway, I should talk about the topic of the video. So, if you're anything like me, you may have been getting absolutely bombarded by trailers for the new Born Again series, which is a follow-up to the absolute masterpiece that was the Netflix Daredevil series. And when I say bombarded, I mean that almost every single damn ad that I've gotten in the last 12 hours have been exclusively Born Again trailers. Like, what the hell is going on? But more on that later. What I want to focus on now is that from all the trailers and reactions to those trailers that I've seen, they mostly focus on the same thing. That being, most of the things I see are people just pointing out how brutal the series looks and how gritty it seems, and yeah, the trailers do look much more brutal than pretty much every other non-Defenders adjacent Marvel project. But what is worrying me is how hyper-focused these trailers seem on showcasing this over-the-top bone-crunching violence. See, the thing is, what made the original Netflix Daredevil series so revered by pretty much everyone who's seen it is that it wasn't the violence or the grittiness, even though there wasn't a lot of that made people enjoy it, but it was the deep character-driven stories that it was able to tell due to its more grounded setting. It seemed like every character in the original series got an incredible amount of depth, and very few characters over the run felt left out or underutilized. This show was amazing at exploring insanely complex characters and how their motivations and beliefs clashed with each other in believable ways. And honestly, that's what made the series so special. Honestly, I find it absolutely criminal how few people have seen the original Daredevil series, as it is genuinely the best superhero show to have ever existed so far. Season 1 had a somewhat basic plot, but the quality of the writing and the characters elevated it to something great. Season 2 is definitely the weakest season of the show by a wide margin, as they try to just cram as many different plot threads into there as they could, and any real point of that season was sort of lost, but it still had some downright fantastic moments, especially with the Punisher. And Season 3 is probably the best season of any show I've ever seen. It takes so many plot points from the last two seasons and just weaves them together in one of the most beautiful ways I've ever seen done in any fictional story ever. So yeah, if you either didn't know about the Netflix series or just didn't feel the need to take the time to watch it, then do it. This is a threat. But anyway, I got way too far off track there. But I do feel it is important to understand the context of the Netflix series, as this seems to be a continuation of said series. And now, I feel it is important to address one of the concerns I brought up before. That being, most of the trailers are hyper-focused on the gore and more mature aspects of the show. I've looked up reactions to the trailers, and almost everyone talks about how brutal they all look, and honestly, I'm worried about all this because it just feels like a distraction to me. It's no secret that the quality of Disney's writing and storytelling in recent years have gone far beneath the shitter at this point. Sure, they get some things right, but whenever a good Disney project comes out these days, it feels more like a miracle than anything else. This has been going on for a while now, and honestly, it seems like they're finally feeling the pressure. It sure took them long enough to feel it, though. And this is why I believe they are finally turning their heads to Daredevil. In the past, it seems like Marvel and Disney have been terrified of venturing into more mature storytelling projects, like The Punisher, Daredevil, but as the more formulaic and lazy projects kept failing, it seems like they are finally realizing that something isn't working. They are backed into a corner now, and most of their major stories in Marvel have been written into corners that they can't get out of. Now they look to one of their most neglected projects, the Netflix Defenders. And this desperation is what worries me. On one hand, Marvel/Disney have finally realized that they need to get better at telling stories, or they are cooked. Disney Plus subscriptions have been declining hard, and that it's not difficult to see why. And now they look to something as critically acclaimed as Daredevil, And they may be realizing that in order to actually keep Disney Plus afloat, they need to make something very good in order to get people coming back to them. I don't think they are blind to how good of a series Daredevil is, and I'm hoping that all of the reshoots and rewrites are because they know they need to honor the legacy that this amazing show left behind. But also, this could just be a pure flail of desperation. This could very well be a last-ditch effort to take the best series they have left and pump something out that will hopefully keep people crawling back to their dying subscription platform. Now, personally, I think what is happening is something between these two. I genuinely do think that many of the people involved in this project are passionate about this. A lot of what made the original show great was how invested the actors got into their roles, how deeply they understood their characters. Honestly, I believe that there will be some great degree of passion behind this project, but I can still feel the desperation of Disney and Marvel in the background. Again, I am not joking when I say that I've been getting absolutely ungodly amounts of ads for the show, and this desperation really worries me. If I had to guess, I want to say that I've gotten about 50 ads for Born Again today alone, and one random ass ad for laundry detergent, but that's about it. But yeah, I really do hope this series is good. I just hope that the desperation of Disney Plus doesn't do too much to harm the amazing stories that could still be told with these great characters. But if it does suck, we still have the best superhero show ever made to look back on. Anyway, thank you all for listening to me ramble my ass off about some obscure show I love to death, but I hope you all enjoy and feel welcome to comment your thoughts on the trailer below. And again, I know the show's already out by the time I'm saying all this, but I mean, I wanted to get this out earlier, but I've just been swamped lately, and that is why the upload schedule has been so bad. I don't think I've uploaded in like a month, and this is very different content to what I've usually been posting, but yeah, I'm going to try to upload more frequently from now on, but things might get even busier for the next couple weeks to a month, so we'll see how that goes. But sorry about all that, and goodbye for now, and oh yeah, see you next time.